Yeah, just getting set up here, everybody. How's everybody doing? Be right back. Mia wants to go out, and I'm gonna open the door for her. Be right back.
Jody. Paul's chair.
She is as stubborn as it gets.
Uh,
She goes out there, turns around and stands and looks at me like, okay.
she's saying, I'm doing what I want to do.
That's right. Well, I call it she's being cantankerous.
Being a bitch.
That too.
I got one of them laying on the floor over here. She got her head on the pillow, the rest of her body on the carpet, and her
Morning,
legs
Mark.
wide open.
Hi, Paul, Joe.
One's on the floor and what?
She's laying on the floor. Where's my phone? I don't know where my phone's at. I can't take a picture of it. She's I'm gonna have to go find my phone. She's laying on the floor, got her head on the pillow on the floor, laying on her back, looking at me with all her legs open.
My Sunstar, Jody.
Sunstar, Jody, how you doing?
Mark, I'm gonna go find my phone.
Probably lying on.
I would left it in the back.
So how you doing, Mark, today?
Not too bad. Thank you. It's a nice sunny day again today.
Yeah, it's
Warm.
a little bit sunny here too. They're calling for rain the next couple of days.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the temperature is, but it feels warm.
Hmm.
18 degrees centigrade today.
Well, you'll take that, won't you?
Yeah, that's quite reasonable. That. And very little wind by the feel of it. 6 mile an hour gust into 17.
Paul, that Mandeville cop is gonna be fired.
Oh,
He's gotta
really?
be. He's gotta be. There's nothing they can do. I mean, it's like he choked on that deal. The woman come running out the house screaming, he's gonna kill me. He's standing outside his police car, walking towards the house. The guy runs out the house with a gun, empties it into the woman, or shoots the woman several times. He takes cover behind a police car, calls for backup.
Holy shit. He should not, whoever hired him should have their head examined.
Well, he probably, he passed the academy, so he had to know what he was doing. But it doesn't, like Justin says, it's not what you're doing in the academy. When you come out in the street and you learn from the officers that are doing it, same thing in EMS. It's not what you learn. Is the book knowledge is nothing.
Hi, Brian.
The book knowledge is all your basics.
It's real life experience. And, I've often believed that the academy should have a program where they practice simulate things,
Yeah.
where, like all of a sudden you got to walk down this street and this gunman comes out and,
Well, they do that here.
real life, not just on a computer game.
Well, they do that here. They do that. They've got active shootings where they go to schools and they got to find the guy in the school and they use what they call it. It's sim rounds, but they hit you. It's like paintballs. It's like paintballs without the paint. They hit you.
Yeah.
Justin said a couple years ago, about a year ago, he said the guy, after he shot the guy turned around and shot him. And he said, man, he said, I done shot you 3 times in your chest and you can turn around and shoot me. And Justin emptied his gun into him. The guy says, man, that stings. He said, yeah, you should have shot me. So I think I'm just gonna reach out a little bit here. I'm not assuming, I'm thinking. I think Justin and his girlfriend are back together a little bit. I think they're all back together. Because yesterday he went to look for some stuff for his apartment and turned around and she was shopping for a house, the same place.
Ah,
So they walked around the whole, and they always keep running into each other, right? So they walked around and she was there looking for stuff and was talking about stuff. She said, yeah, that look good there, that look good. So she started buying stuff. And he said, let me ask you a question. You already said that you miss me. You already said that you got things that remind you of me. And why are you buying stuff I'm picking out? Like that. And she says, you're gonna come over and help me put it up. So he was over there last night again. So there's 3 nights in a row. Now we'll find out. We'll find out because he goes back to work tonight for the next 2 days. If he Wednesday night he's over there, I think they're back.
yeah.
And her mom, remember, I've always said she's got to get out her own way on this, and her mom's probably the worm in the ear. And they were in the car. Her and her mom were in the car, and Justin texted them, and her car was hooked up to the mom's Bluetooth, and Justin's name popped up. And the mom looked over at Emma and said, Justin, like that. And she said, yeah, I need to tell you about that. Like, so they got in a big conversation, mentioned the fact that, and she says, okay, just know what you're getting into and all of this, right? And all of this. And then the mom said, oh, by the way, later I'm gonna come over and help you put that table together that you got. And she says, about that, Justin did that the other night. Like that. And she says, yeah, and he kind of spent the night like this. And this was Sunday, right? And she said he came over Friday night and did it, right? And all of this. And she said, okay. And he said something about putting something together and doing something else. And he said, well, when did he leave? And she says, this morning. So now the mom, I told Justin, I said that was the best thing she could have ever done is get that mom out the way. Because now maybe she'll go back to you. Now she'll do it, because she knows what she wants. Do
Yeah,
it.
the mom sounds pretty controlling.
I'm telling you, if you know what you want, get it done because you don't know how much time, you don't know what's going to happen. And the Simpsons keep saying the world's going to end in a few days. So, and they're always right. Andrew, what's up? Well, Corpus Christi and Texas are getting hit right now.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, and actually, that thing it was saying, where's Justin at? He said, "Oh, it's just a tropical storm. It's Hurricane 1. It was almost a 2. It intensified as it was going in. And the last few have been, y'all got to remember, the last few storms have been intensifying coming in because the waters are hot. And you got a storm in 86-degree water, it intensifies. Don't care where it's at. And when Justin's coming home late like that, I leave the top lock off. So I tell the dogs, I say, you got to watch that front door. So Tino will get in the hallway by Justin's door and lay facing the front door.
And he'll watch it. He'll watch it.
He's watching. If anybody touches it, somebody touches it, they let me know. Because I got 3 alarms, He'll
Them
start
dogs are
barking.
pretty good.
Yeah, Loki will start barking, and then Cleo will take off and start. So I got 3 of them barking. So last night he texted me and he said at Emma's in the sleeping sign, the emoji. So I got up. I said I got to go lock the door. So I walked up, locked the top lock, walked to the back, and I said Justin's not coming here. Tino looked at me, looked back at the front, walked around, got under the bed.
Wow.
So he knows. They know.
Well, you've got a special relationship with them dogs.
Yeah, I'm about to send him to the pound.
The average person doesn't have that kind of relationship with their pets.
Yeah,
You
you see
do.
this relationship? I got a big cage over there. It goes right in the car, right to the pound.
Yeah, right. All talk. Right, Mark? He's all talk.
Oh yeah.
And if y'all keep it up, I'm gonna send you to Lacombe where they got the kill shelter.
Yeah,
But you want to hear the best on Saturday, during the day. Justin, when he was leaving here Friday, he took a bag of stuff with a change of clothes and everything else. But he didn't know if he was going. If he said if Emma calls, I'm going. He said, but he might have gone. Had a couple other friends he hangs out with, and sometimes he goes over there. So, so Saturday, she said, "What time you going home?" Like that, and he says, "You want me to leave?" And she says, "I didn't say that." She goes, "I'd rather you stay. I just wish you had a change of clothes." He goes, "I got to change of clothes." She goes, "Well, go take a shower." So he went, took a shower, put the clothes on, and stayed. So you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like, there you go.
Well, the next thing is he start transferring clothes over to her house.
Well, next week he moves a week from today. The eye wall is going to go directly over Houston.
Well, have you had any communications? Interesting. Andrew says, have you had any communications with the mother?
No, I don't even know her.
Maybe it's about time you did.
She's a crazy bitch. From what I hear, she's kind of crazy. The dad is cool. Dad is loaded. Dad's got
A
seven,
lot of
eight
bucks.
figures. Yeah, 6, 7, 8 figures. High, high money. He had I think he gave her $20,000 towards the house, and he said that was for whenever you wanted one. I had it for you. So he helped her out. She don't need it. She's a X-ray tech, and they needed her so bad when she signed up for Oshner Medical, which is a big medical center. She got a $15,000 sign on,
Wow.
and she's making more than most people. So she's doing good. Her only bill is a house. Her car
Well,
was paid for.
insurance and utilities and all that kind
Yeah,
of.
that's it. That's what the house stuff. Her dad had bought her an Infinity and gave it to her, so she didn't have a car note.
Yeah, but is she paying the insurance on it?
I think she paid that. So
Because a new Infinity, it's a newer one, right?
this is about 4 years old now, 5 years old.
It's still not going to be cheap, especially at her age.
Oh yeah. I think the dad was paying the insurance, and maybe he might still. He might be paying the insurance until she got a job, because she never really worked. She never really worked till she got her degree.
What's Precious saying there, Mark?
She's just wandering around, wanting to be
Wanting to be what?
fussed.
Ah,
I was going to get on Bill's show last night, and I was in the middle of pulling those pictures, and something came on television. I started to look at it. Bill show was coming on, and I just started watching the TV, and it didn't go on Bill.
Bill said he wasn't going to go on last night, but I think he might have done.
Oh, he got, like I said, he was on Art, and he told Art
Hmm.
that he was going to go on. He felt better.
All right. He,
I knew he was
Didn't-
going on.
he didn't send me a link, so I went to bed.
Yeah, Johnny was even on the show.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, he had a full boat. I checked it out. I went and was there before he went live, made a couple of comments to different people, and then exited shortly thereafter because everybody was on there. Dominic was on there, you know, and everybody.
Yeah, it was he had eight people.
Full house.
Yeah, when I turned it off last night, it was 8 people on, and I left it at 11 o'clock. It was
Mm.
a good 2 hours that I was listening to it in the background. Those pictures that I've been having to find, I couldn't find these people. I couldn't find these people at all, right? So that's what had me so frustrated. I'm saying I got pictures of these guys, but it's so far back. It's a different system that I had. And I'm trying to find them. I got to go through and find the dates of the years. And I'm going through them last night. All of a sudden, last night, I found 10 people. 10 people I couldn't find. Good pictures of them, too, right off the bat. I still have, see, it's 4, 7, 17 people on the list that I have no idea where they're at. And I think there's a possibility I may not have some of them. Actually, less than 17 people. He gave me a freaking list with about 60 people on it. We got 3, 8, 10 people. So I've only got 10 people left. And if I found these from 2011, the other ones have got to be out there. Yeah, I'll look in a little while and try to find these other ones. If I can find the other ones, I found the main guys. The big players were there. But 2012, that whole group, I don't have a clue. I don't even remember the names.
Hmm.
There's one name, Hammett. Last name is Hammett. The dad, Richard, he played for Mandeville. His 3 sons played for Mandeville. And that is like a fixture at Mandeville. Hammett's. All of them are going to be on the wall. I don't have Richard's picture because that was before my time there. But I've got his other 3 sons.
You get any ships this morning, Paul?
Yep. Yeah, I did.
I'll be right back. Fluid pill's working.
Yep, I got a ship this morning and got it edited and posted.
Uh-huh. Good.
Ugh. Justin was probably up late night last night playing.
I don't know.
I think Don was over there on
Yeah, Don usually is on Bill's show, yeah.
on Bill's show. Yep.
Yeah. It's usually Jimbo Sharp.
Well,
Mike.
Jim wasn't there. He wasn't feeling well.
Yeah. Mike from, is it Mike from Texas? Mr. B. Lon's regular. Lloyd's usually on.
Lloyd was there, yep.
Yeah. And Don and Alexis.
I didn't see Alexis. She wasn't on because I think of the storms.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I did not get a notification for your live stream again this morning.
Really?
I had to go into the current live streams and it showed up in there. Why is, don't know why that's doing that. Morning, Lance.
There's everybody that was on, most of everybody that was on last night.
Mm. Oh, Dominic was on, was he?
Yeah, I thought he was. Yep. Yes, he was.
Yeah.
I thought he was on.
Mm.
Anyway, he had a good crew.
Mm. Something odd. Odd like what, Lance? Yeah, no, I didn't get a link sent to me by Bill, so I just assumed he wasn't going on, so I went to bed after Wedge and Big.
Oh yeah, he was on.
Mm.
Oh. Okay, let me be the first to admit, mixing all of them hot sauces together wasn't a good idea.
Mm.
You're kind of experiencing a bit of a blowout, huh?
Today. Remind me of that Johnny Cash song, Ring of Fire.
Wow. Lance is here.
About time.
I think doesn't his wife work too, and she doesn't get like the summers off like he does. I don't think. Could be wrong.
Who? Lance's wife.
I think she probably.
I don't
she-
know what
if
she does.
she's working for the school district. She's in administration,
Hi, Russell.
but I don't think she's a teacher. I could be wrong.
I don't know.
Joe's son must have come home looking for fresh clothes.
Oh, Lance says she's a teacher,
Oh, she is a
first
teacher.
first grade.
Oh, you both have the summers off. Okay, because I didn't, because your summer vacation started at a different time than hers. I think. I don't know.
Yeah, if it's anything like here, different schools finish on different dates. And the secondary schools tend to finish slightly earlier than the primary schools. Hi, Rob.
I'll be right back. I got to get Mia in. She's laying out there in the sun, in the dirt again.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Welsh Rob's here. How you doing, Rob? Good, I hope. Russell?
I got the whole down low on the weekend.
Oh,
Close.
so you got the itinerary, huh?
No, I'm talking about what he did all weekend.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, his itinerary.
Yeah, yeah, his, not mine. And it sounds promising.
Sounds like he's back on track again.
It sounds like she's realizing she needs to work this out. One of her best friends drove by because she lives down the street and looked, and Justin was walking through the garage shirtless. And she texted, "Who's that guy in your house shirtless?" Because she had never met Justin. And she said it was Justin, so she went over.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So how did Justin get along with her?
They did. They were sitting there and everybody was joking around. And the girl was talking about somebody that got engaged. And she said, "So when are y'all gonna do it?"
There you go.
Like that. So the girl pushed it a little bit. And the girl said, You need to keep this. And she told Justin, she said, what's got me right now, it won't be back to 100% the same. And he said, no, it wouldn't. We'll start over like that. And she said, I'm just worried about what my friends are gonna think. And he said, it's your happiness, not theirs.
That's right. The hell with
You
the
know.
friends, they're not living your life.
Yep, that's true.
Yep. So it's getting close. Yeah, I think the biggest step is gonna be when he moves over to his place. Because he's gonna go get his place, and then they're gonna be going back and forth.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure
I
he'll
give it
give
about
her a key to his place and
Yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna be probably, let's see.
so what's your guess when they're gonna tie the knot formally? This time
I
next
think
year?
he got at least a year. But I tell you, I was within the first time I met Victoria, and the first time I met her, and it wasn't even when Nick said he was going out with her. Just the way they acted together. I looked at him and I said, "What's going on?" And he said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "What's going on between you two?" And he said, "She's just a baby, nothing like that." Because they got about 5 years difference. And I said, "Okay." And about 3 weeks later, I was in there and they were acting a little more intense. And I said, You're gonna tell me eventually. And he goes, "There's nothing going on." I said, "Well, if there's nothing going on, just stop what you're doing and marry her."
Yep.
I said, "Because I'm telling you, y'all gonna get married." They're married.
Hmm.
And when the last night that like Vic and Victoria and Nick were here, and they were sitting across from us, I tapped Victoria and I went, "They're next," like that, and she said, "Yeah, I can see that." But that's he said they watched a show on a guy that bought somebody a motorcycle, and it was one of these really expensive motorcycles. They had a lot of money in New Orleans, and the guy was driving the motorcycle the first day, and somebody was driving down the street, dropped an inhaler, reached down to get it, and hit the guy on the motorcycle, killed him. The first day, right? And Justin said he was looking at his phone, and she said, "What you looking at?" She said, "What?" He said, "What you looking at?" He said, "I'm looking at motorcycles." So she slammed her hand down on the table and said, "You are not buying a motorcycle." He said, "Oh, it's your choice?" She goes, "Yeah, it's my choice."
Huh.
So it's on. It's on. Just it's on. It's gotta gel a little bit.
It's got a ferment.
Yeah. Well, it's there. It's just like mixing Jello. You got to leave it alone. JD hanging in with JD is here. Waypoint. He'd been here.
Well, Rob's in there somewhere.
Yeah, I saw him back there. He's got Welsh drone production.
Hmm.
Well,
I
Lance
don't,
need.
yeah, I don't know about that waypoint. I'm an ordained minister, and it isn't through any particular state, but just depends upon the rules of each state because they have to have a marriage license, and that goes through the state,
Yeah.
local or state. Probably both.
Mm.
Yep. Well, I went to sleep last night about 11:30. Woke up about 4:30. Rolled over, and it was almost 7 o'clock.
Hmm. Yeah, I woke up at 9 o'clock this morning. Well, the first time anyway. And went back to sleep.
Now, on what you call it show last night, Bill, they were looking at that new crazy drone coming out of Australia. It's like
Oh,
a splash type drone.
yeah, it's a fishing drone, isn't it?
Yeah,
Well, they did a
yeah,
news thing on the television station today. Some young kid had a big drone, one of the big ones with the thermal imaging cameras and everything on it.
yeah.
And he started a little business now where he goes out looking for people's lost animals or people or whatever.
Yep.
Hmm.
That's what I miss
It,
about my thermal imaging drone.
yeah, they had a guy, God darn it, something deer something. Uh, he helps hunters when they shoot a deer and the deer runs off.
Yep,
He puts his drone up and finds them for
yep.
Mm. Yeah, that's the only
Oh,
thing to do, isn't it, when they're hunting?
That's
Can't
what,
use
that's
drone
what's
for
called
tracking.
search, not rescue.
Mm. Yeah, they can't use a drone for tracking or anything else like that in hunting, but they can
Well,
use
you
it to
can if
find.
you're, as long as you're not hunting. The hunter cannot
Mhm.
use a drone to hunt, but anybody else can track animals as long as you're not hunting them.
Hmm. God, the guy 2 houses down just put music on in his back garden, and it's loud. Even coming in through my door.
Really?
Mm.
you know, I used to have a sound system in here. I got Bose now. It's just one little unit. But I used to have a sound system with all the basses and everything in this place, and I couldn't put it any higher than a certain number because it would just vibrate this whole place.
Yeah.
And I had a guy upstairs one time started playing his music loud, and I asked him about it, and he said, "You could hear it." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Okay, I'm sorry." And next time he played it louder, right? When he played it louder, I said, "I got you." I just stuck everything facing the ceiling and cranked it up. I never heard his music again. I cranked it up one time. My TV was vibrating, but the what you call it went out. The main board went out in it, so I wanted throwing it away. And I bought the Bose system. It's got the CD and everything on it. And I've always wanted one. Those things, those little units are like $600. And they had it, a brand new one came out a few years ago, and it was on sale for like $2.99. So I jumped on it. And I tell you what, if you crank that sucker up to maybe about 40, it it sounds like you're in a movie theater.
Mhm.
You hear pins dropping. You know, somebody drops something like a piece of glass, you'll hear that glass specifically.
Yeah.
It's a great system. And I've got it hooked into that 65. So that's my sound, where my sound comes from.
Mhm.
Houston, Texas, right now, 85-mile-an-hour winds.
Wow.
It's going right between Houston and Katy. The eye wall is going right over Conroy, Texas. I got a cousin that lives there. Going right over Dennis.
Mhm.
At least they doing it in the daytime. I'd rather them in the daytime than nighttime. At least you get to see what's getting ready to happen.
Yeah.
Well, they got a little portable SSD drive, 2 terabyte. Samsung puts it out, the T5 Evo. Dropped the price. Went from 229 to 179. Well, I'm thinking about it. When I use those little bitty ones for like that, I've got a 1 terabyte, and it's a God don't I don't remember the name of it, but I've got that I just have that just for my drone videos.
Right.
A little bitty case like that. So sand dip. That's it right there. That's 1 terabyte. And what I like about it is I've got every drone video on it that I have on YouTube, and it only takes up about half of it right now.
Really?
That's why I want to go to a 2 terabyte, and the new one, the 2 terabyte, is half the size of this.
Mm-hmm.
See, the thing is, I like that other one, but I like this kind, so I may just wind up waiting and get one of these. Because Prime Day, this one might be like 129 for a 2 terabyte.
Yeah, that's in this next week, isn't it, Prime?
Yeah, next week.
Mm.
They've got a company, Dunham Rings. When Nick graduated, he didn't want to order. We didn't order a high school ring from the school. He didn't like them. Then he said he wanted one, but he wanted one a little different. So then he said no, he didn't want a high school ring. I said, you want a high school ring? So let's get you one. So we went and looked, and I found this place out of El Paso, Texas, Dunham Ring Manufacturers, and they do a high school ring any kind of way you want it. If they could do it identical to the high school rings out there. It's all custom made. So he wound up getting a square one he liked, and everything got it the way he wanted it, and it like about half the price because they give you different options before you get to the goal.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he said. That's good. That's what he wanted. So he got his. They made one that it was military rings, and it has your whatever you want on the sides, and on the top for the Marines on the top across the whole thing it says Marines, and it's got like a diamond stone area and all of this. And I I wanted one. I wanted one. I kept looking at it. It was like $400-500. I kept wanting one. So then when I finally broke down and said I'm gonna buy it, they said they can't do the Marine anymore. They don't have a license to do it. I said, you got to be kidding me. Nobody else makes a ring like that. So the other day, that thing popped up on my on Facebook. I clicked on it, went to military ring. The ring's sitting there again. So now they can make it again. I could get the ring made for $278.
That's a lot
So
cheaper.
I'm just haven't made a decision yet. I could make that decision next week. It's like something I'm not sure about yet.
Yeah.
Do I want it or do I not want it?
Well, that's only a decision that you can make.
Do you need it?
No,
You wear it?
I'd wear it, but do I need it? That's the price. That's the thing.
Hey, I just went back and
That's
looked at some of my old videos.
yeah.
This is from 2021. This is the Paradenopi thermal over top of
Yeah.
my neighborhood. Here's my house right here.
Mhm.
Here's the schoolyard.
That's summertime or wintertime?
Fall. See how the trees are
Oh yeah. Look at the trees.
pretty bare.
Yeah, they got heat on in them houses.
There's the zoom. Yep, heat on the roof.
Yep.
Should have hung on to that. Zoom back out. Pretty nice though.
Yeah.
There's my house. There I am sitting on the back porch.
Yeah, thermal would be cool, but
Well, it's the kind of thing. If you had a drone that did both, this does both, but that one did both. But what I didn't
Yeah.
like about it, the Paradenofi thermal, was you still had to use your friggin' cell phone, and I'm not into that. To on the controller.
Yeah.
DJI's got me spoiled with an all-in-one controller.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Must admit, it is a lot more convenient. Paul, you never fly your Air 2S batteries down to low, do you?
No,
No.
because most of my flights are, 7 minutes at the most from takeoff to landing.
Yeah. So what kind of percentage have you got left when you land then at that?
Oh, usually 75%, 80%.
Right. So kind of a full battery get you about 25 minutes.
25 to 30. Yep.
Yeah.
Which
I've
is
never,
which is
I've
fine,
never,
if you're gonna be up in the air doing a lot of stuff.
yeah, I've never flown mine down to. I usually only go to 20%. I won't go much lower than that anyway. But I've never got anywhere near that with the Air 2S yet. I mean, I don't fly that very often because of the regulations. I can fly the mini drones over the town and anywhere around here, but if I fly the Air 2S, because it's over 250, I've got to go out into open space. think last time I flew it, I took it up over the top of the allotment.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Just to get some pictures of the overhanging trees that were outside the allotment that were shielding part of my allotment to give to the council for showing them what was happening. And they've since been and cut those trees down. So
Yeah, Frank, the drone that I was showing was the Parrot Anafi Thermal. Just a little guy.
A little.
yeah, it is little. It's only about a similar size to the Air 2S, isn't it?
Oh, it's smaller than that. It's the size of a little bit bigger than my
The Mini.
Hotel Nano Plus.
Mm.
I think it's sub 250. I could be wrong.
That's crazy. See if I can show you what this looks like.
I know that, is it Steve Fly Guys or whatever they call Flyby Guys? The drones they use in their light shows are Parrot Anafis without the cameras on, but with a light built onto them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a copy of what the ring will look like.
Cool.
Yeah, one side would have 74 to 87 staff, so another side have the Marine Corps, the Eagle Globe Anchored Marines, and on the top it say Marines Across.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do like it. $258, $20 shipping. It's not really that bad.
You know your ring size?
Oh, well, a 14 normally, but I carried a little bit of fluid, and since it's a wide ring, you need a little bit bigger. So a 14 and a quarter will probably be perfect. Because I got a 14 here that fits me perfect. But it's about half the size of that one. So that's like 3/4 of an inch wide. It's like a high school ring. So you always need about at least a quarter size bigger. I could probably go to a 14 and a half and be safe.
Another thing you Americans have to be awkward about. We measure our ring sizes in letters, not numbers.
Well, I'm thinking about it. It's like you itching for that drone. Thing is, about it takes about 5 weeks to get it, because they got to make it for
Yeah,
you.
because they gotta make it.
Yeah, it takes about 4 to 5 weeks.
What is it? 9 carat?
No, that's just a different kind of material. It's like a stainless steel type stuff.
Oh, it's not gold, right?
No, no, you want the gold one. The gold one starts at 900.
Ah.
You want 18 karat gold? It's like $3,700.
Wow.
Now you see what I was thinking, and this is what I was thinking. I get that money in, I'll just get the 18 karat gold one. And then that goes to my granddaughter eventually. And my granddaughter will get that. Or I'll do the 18 karat gold one and give it to my son, you know? That's a Marine.
Mm.
I had my dad's high school ring. I have no idea where it went. That's the one thing that I remember that I've actually lost. I don't know where it went.
Yeah, we don't have things like that.
Yeah, my high school ring, it was right during the time I got hurt. And I was actually down to, money wise, I was down to about $300 to my name when the lawsuit went through in Pizza Hut and the Social Security kicked in. I didn't have a clue what I was going to do. And we were at that point where my daughter needed her money for the high school ring. And I sat there, I went and sold mine.
Hmm.
Because I never wore it. I went and sold mine and put the money towards hers.
Mm.
Now I'm mad I sold mine, you know.
I have never been back to my school since I left it. I've been past it a few times, but I've never been to it.
I've been back to mine once. I had to shoot a football game then.
I mean, I'm on a Facebook group of people that used to go there. I think only 4 or 5 of them are people that I actually know and that were in my class, kind of thing, or my year. And there's a couple of teachers on there still. One of my teachers is still going. One of the PE teachers. I think the rest of them are all dead now. Or they'll certainly be in the 80s.
Well, I guess maybe we should call it.
Yeah, it looks like it's a quiet morning.
Yeah, innit?
Quiet, quiet, quiet.
Mm.
What are you gonna do, Joe?
I gotta finish these pictures and get over to the school and show the guy.
Okay, all right.
I gotta just crop them down. I got about 10 to do. We'll show him, and that way that's out of my hair. I may just look for these other 10 people and give it to them tomorrow. Yeah, I'm only down to 10. I don't think I have some. I got 2000. I can't remember what year it was. It was one year I did not shoot. I think it was 2012.
Okay, everybody. We'll see all of you again later today. Bye.
See you
for now.
later.
Thanks. See you later.